Coming up on Around San Diego, the man accused of breaking into a Linda Vista home and sexually assaulting a 5-year-old girl was in court this week. And a Virginia family was in San Diego pushing for answers about their son's death while in sheriff's custody. Plus, California leaders are taking steps to help keep children safe online. Around San Diego starts now. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us as we take you around San Diego. I'm CBS 8's Jenny Day. I'll get you caught up on a week's worth of news and look ahead in less than 30 minutes. We begin with a preliminary hearing for the man accused of breaking into a Linda Vista home and sexually assaulting a 5-year-old girl. Alejandro Confessor has pleaded not guilty to several charges. In court, we heard from that little girl for the first time. We also learned new details. CBS 8's Shannon Handy was there.
In court today, we learned Confessor is accused of entering another home not far from the victims. Now, as for that victim, we heard from both her and her older sister, who was sleeping next to her when this happened. A therapy dog was brought in to comfort both girls as they testify. At one point, we had to take a break because the victim's sister was too emotional to recount what happened.
Now, I want to talk about this bad guy. How do you know a bad guy came into your room? Did the bad guy say anything to you?
As the young victim and her sister were being questioned, Alejandro Confessor looked straight on with no expression. The victim, who was 5 at the time, said she woke up to a, quote, bad guy touching her. Meanwhile, her sister, who was sleeping beside her, says she woke up to the light from the man's cell phone. She testified she called for her parents and he told her to shut up.
And was he saying shut up in English or in Spanish? In English.
Eventually, he ran away as the victim's dad chased him. This all happened in April of this year in Linda Vista. Confessor allegedly went into the home through an open garage. 3 days later, he could be seen on surveillance video returning to the same home where he flipped off a camera before entering the garage, though he didn't go inside. In court today, detectives testified they have evidence showing Confessor entered another home less than a half-mile away and broke into a neighbor's car, stealing money. At his home, they found items belonging to the victim's father. Detectives also discovered child sexual abuse material on Confessor's phone.
I located 3 images and 3 video files that I believe to be of CSAM.
Confessor has been charged with 5 counts, including forcible lewd act on a child, burglary, possessing matter depicting minors in sexual conduct, and petty theft. He faces 25 years to life in prison if convicted. A judge ruled there is enough evidence to go to trial. A trial date is supposed to be set on December 30th. Reporting from downtown, I'm Shannon Handy for CBS 8.
Shannon, thank you. Well, the San Diego County Board of Supervisors voted to limit cooperation with federal immigration authorities. It's a move that goes a step further than current state law. In a 3-to-1 vote, our supervisors moved forward with a policy restricting the use of county resources for federal immigration enforcement.
I've been asking for this year after year during the Truth Act forum, of trying to campaign for the county to stop any kind of collaboration or entanglement with ICE.
I think this policy goes beyond California's existing sanctuary laws by adding an additional layer of bureaucracy.
So the board letter states this policy aims to increase community trust to ensure immigrant communities feel safe and supported. Meantime, USC is urging its 17,000 international students to return to the United States from their holiday break before President-elect Trump takes office on January 20th. The university sent them a letter saying Trump's possible executive orders on immigration could potentially make re-entering the country complicated.
That was the first time where it actually hit me that things are gonna change and it's gonna be different. I was just shocked. I didn't think it was gonna affect me at all. I had assumed, because I've already worked out a lot of my immigration stuff before coming here, I'd assumed that it wouldn't really change. And so the fact that I got that letter, it made me a little bit nervous.
Yeah, so the letter suggests students return to the U.S. sooner than later to avoid any issues. It also lays out which documents they'll need to have. Well, a Virginia family was in San Diego this week pushing for answers about their son's death while in sheriff's custody. The sheriff's department says 29-year-old Abdul Kamara died in the Vista jail back in March. CBS 8's Regina Urita attended a rally held by his family.
And that press conference started at 10:30 this morning. I can tell you it was a very difficult one to listen into, especially because the speakers that started this press conference were Abdul Kamara's parents. Now, the mom, you can tell just how much it's impacted her, as well as his stepfather. They are going through a very emotional and painful time losing their son. Take a listen.
I have no answer from them why they killed my son. Everything is in the dark. I need an answer for my son. I need justice. My other son is special needs. They took my other son. I'm sonless. I need an answer. I need an answer for this handsome man. I need an answer.
Okay. And so you can see just how emotional and painful this has been for his family members, how much it's affected them losing their son. There were supporters from Saving Lives in Custody and the family members of Abdul Kamara. He was a 29-year-old man who died in San Diego sheriff's custody. His parents have traveled from Virginia to be here to demand answers. They tell us that it's been 9 months since his death, and so far they have been denied of any body cam footage or any details that show what happened that night. His mother, Frederica, says deputies arrested Kamara back in March after he walked away from Scripps and Sanitas. He was being treated there for an unknown medical condition. Hours later, authorities found him about a mile from the hospital in a parking lot near a gas station. Kamara had no shoes or shirt and was seen crawling on the ground. San Diego police, who've taken over the investigation, say deputies placed him under arrest for being under the influence. They then drove Kamara to the Vista detention facility. SDPD says he began kicking against deputies, and they eventually had to wrap him in a restraint. At some point after being restrained, he lost conscience and later died. Kamara's parents refused to believe their son had used drugs. They questioned why he was arrested for just being medically distressed. They also are upset that the sheriffs chose not to take him back to the hospital to continue receiving medical care. So today they're seeking justice for his son. Back out here, they're even planning to take legal action against the sheriff's department. But that rally, as I mentioned, has been very difficult to listen to. We will continue to have more details, but that's the latest coming from Vista. I'll send it back to you.
Regina, thank you. Well, the El Cajon Police Department confirmed a woman in her 20s was killed by police on Wednesday after she drove her truck into officers right outside of the police department there, where they were preparing for the chief's retirement party. Acting Lieutenant Jonathan Dungan with San Diego Police, who is overseeing the investigation, said the driver hit one of the sergeants so hard he was thrown into the air. Remarkably, he's already been released from the hospital. Officers fired multiple rounds at that truck, ultimately killing the suspect. Right now, a motive is not yet known. Well, a years-long landlord-tenant battle has now come to an end. SeaWorld and the city of San Diego have settled their lawsuit. The park was accused of not paying more than $12 million in pandemic-related back rent to the city. As part of the settlement, SeaWorld will pay the city $8.5 million. The settlement is expected to be finalized late next month. Well, now to a scare in the air when a passenger allegedly tried to forcibly divert a flight over Mexico into the U.S. CBS 8's Abby Black shares witness video showing the tense moments aboard that plane and has reaction from passengers.
Obtained cell phone video of a Volaris passenger being taken down by airline crews. They say the suspect tried to divert the plane that was headed to Tijuana. Passengers tell us how they tried to keep the man calm. A mid-air confrontation led to this man being detained by passengers aboard Volaris flight 3041 Sunday from El Bajío to Tijuana. Gerardo Lopez captured the intense moments on a cell phone showing passengers wrestling the man who tried to divert the aircraft to the United States. streets.
Muchas de las personas cuando bajamos se sentían pálidas, se sentían querían desmayar, la presión la traían alta.
Speaking in Spanish, Lopez says that the alarming scene unfolded 30 minutes into the flight, saying people were screaming and crying.
Gente gritando, gente llorando, gente reprochándolo que no lo hiciera.
Mexico's public safety department revealed the 31-year-old suspect claimed he was seeking protection, telling crews criminals had kidnapped a relative and he needed to reach San Diego.
Los bajaron hasta San Diego porque un lugar donde se sentía seguro.
One passenger named Jesus managed to calm the suspect, telling him to surrender.
Logré ayudarlo y decirle que pacíficamente se entregara por bien de su esposa y sus hijos.
The federal attorney general's office says that the man attempted to breach the cockpit, threatening a flight attendant with a pen. Passengers say they intervened, preventing a potential disaster.
Pues la amagó y la traía con un lapicero, una pluma.
After an emergency landing in Guadalajara, the situation escalated when the suspect allegedly tried to grab an officer's weapon, causing a vehicle crash. Both the suspect and officers were sent to the hospital. Valeris released a statement on X and said airline crews were able to detain the man and no one was hurt. 9 hours after takeoff, the flight finally reached Tijuana, leaving passengers relieved but deeply unsettled.
Todos nos sentimos en riesgo. Fue una experiencia muy mala, que no se la deseo a nadie.
Reporting in Otay Mesa, Abby Black, CBS 8.
Abby, thanks. Well, California leaders are taking steps to help protect and keep children safe online. State Attorney General Rob Bonta joined lawmakers to lay out a new bill that would force social media companies to display a black box warning about mental health risks to all users.
Our children are suffering. If Congress wants to pass a bill and the president wants to sign it, fantastic. Do it. But we're not going to wait for it.
Yeah, the warning would show for at least 90 seconds when first using each platform. The message would recur weekly after that first use. This comes after the U.S. Surgeon General earlier this year called on Congress to require a Surgeon General's warning on social media platforms. That move was supported by Bonta and a bipartisan coalition of 42 other state attorneys general. Well, right now, San Diego Gas and Electric is presenting their proposed electric and gas rates for 2025 to the San Diego City Council. SDG&E is asking the California Public Utilities Commission to approve a 10.5% increase from last year's revenue requirements. If approved, it would increase electric bills by about $4.50 per month and gas bills by $5 per month. They say this is necessary to maintain safety, reliability, and efficiency of their systems. SDG&E is waiting on a final decision from the commission. SDG&E is also set to discuss new ways to educate customers and assist with those higher bills. Coming up, Taco Bell has opened up a new location that's all focused on drinks. We'll give you a look inside. Welcome back. The first ever Taco Bell Live Más Cafe is now open in Chula Vista. The location is focused on its drink menu, but also offers some special meal deals. CBS 8's Alex Lai gives us an inside look.
And this is the only place that you can order some of these specialty drinks, including coffee, energy drinks, and chillers.
What used to be an ordinary Taco Bell on H Street is now the first of its kind Live Más Cafe, a test model part of Taco Bell's plan to break into the beverage industry. Most items on this menu can only be found at the Chula Vista location.
This is the Mexican mocha, and then the vanilla crema, and then we had to try the beekeeper horchata.
Instead of baristas, Bellristas like Denise are serving up drinks.
People loving the place, loving the drinks, and yeah, it's like everything is so popular right now. The most popular will be the iced coffee, the Mexican chocolate iced coffee, and my favorite part.
She showed me how to make her favorite drink, the strawberry churro chiller.
With vanilla cream, strawberry, some ice, and blended. With churro at the bottom, look at this color. With churro on top. And that's it.
Nothing on the menu is alcoholic, but there are a variety of flavors of agua frescas, freezes, and lemonades, plus a spin on their classic drink.
Dorita habas.
If customers want to spice up their food order, they can pair their new drink with the Cantina Chicken Menu or Decades Menu, featuring the Luxe Cravings Box. The Live Moss Cafe is open from 7 a.m. to 3 a.m. daily and has a drive-through.
It's a perfect location because there's some more, there's a lot of places here. The school, the high school.
In Chula Vista, Alex Lai, CBS 8.
Well, still ahead, we got an inside look at USPS to really see how they get those packages to you on time for the holidays. The holiday shipping season is in full swing and long lines at the post office really becoming the norm. But have you wondered what it's really like behind the counter? CBS 8's Abby Black got an inside look trading in her reporting duties for a postal clerk's uniform for the day.
If you plan on shipping your gifts this holiday season, did you know that you are one of 5.2 billion packages and mail that have been sent out just this holiday shopping season through the post office? So how do they do it? Mountains of packages, endless lines, and stress that could make even Santa sweat. Today, welcome. I'm about to find out what it's really like to be on the front lines of holiday shipping.
Are you ready to be a clerk for the day?
Yes. I'm trading my microphone for a Postal Service uniform to see what really goes on behind the counter.
So now you're official.
Lead sales associate April Abington teaches me the basics.
Okay, first you want to greet them when they come in. Type in the zip code, ask if anything's liquid.
Keep an eye out when you use recycled packages.
A few of her boxes, it has an old label on the box. She would have to cover it up all the way.
And remember, size matters.
I had a question, April. Yes, so it's not always about weight, but is it about the size of the package too?
If anything over 12 in length, it starts to charge a surcharge.
Let me tell you, this is not as easy as it looks. Every package is a puzzle, every customer has a unique request, and there's a constant line, so be prepared.
I'm shipping early, now I can go play.
For those keeping track, here are the crucial shipping deadlines. Domestic ground is December 18th, priority is the 19th, and express is December 21st.
This is the time that we can connect families across our country. To get something in your mail is just so special.
Linda Vista's post office isn't just a workplace during the holidays.
Welcome to the post office. How can we help you today?
Auntie Jane is mailing packages to Virginia, Indiana, Colorado, Arizona, and Florida.
It's a battlefield of parcels, priority mail, and patience.
Is 8 days okay?
The postal workers handle this chaos with incredible professionalism.
Wait, like this?
Yes. So we'll do from and to here.
Jane Cahill showed up without addressing the 5 packages.
Didn't know quite exactly what to do, and I didn't want to mess up a box.
What looks simple is actually a complex dance of logistics, customer service, and rapid problem solving.
We want to get them under 5 minutes.
One thing's certain
is, do you think I have what it takes?
Postal workers are definitely on Santa's nice list this holiday season.
I think you have what it takes.
Now back to my reporting duties.
You have a smile and you focus.
In Linda Vista, Abby Black, CBS 8.
Seriously, huge thanks to Santa's helpers. So there are other holiday deadlines to keep in mind. If you are shipping through UPS, the last day for 3-day select is December 19th. The deadline for second day air is the following day. And if you want next day air, that deadline is December 23rd. Now, if you are using FedEx, ground economy is December 13th. Ground shipping, which usually arrives in 5 days, is December 17th. And Express Saver is December 19th as well. So if you do want same day, you'll need to ship it by Christmas Eve. The deadlines, you know it, are creeping up, so the earlier, the better. That will do it for us. Thank you for your time. Thanks for staying informed. Very happy holidays to you. For CBS 8, I'm Jenny Day. Take good care.